Yes, people. Big T. I'm back, baby. Alright, today I'm talking about living in the past. So let me just try to explain what a memory is. So say there's a stimulus, or you go through an experience that's highly emotionally charged. So you're thinking thoughts related to this experience that have a high charge of emotion associated with it. Now, once that event has happened, and you go back in your own time and you think about that experience, so you recreate that experience in your head. You're like, oh, why did this happen, or why did that happen, whatever it may be. You're firing the same neurons of that memory, and you're stimulating the chemicals to be released that are associated with that emotion. So your body and mind don't know the difference between you actually going through something and you just recreating it with your mind. So when you're sitting there in your own time going through whatever's happening, you're recreating that physiology in your body. Now there's a few issues with this. The first one being, you're just torturing yourself. You get me? You're not actually going through the event, but you're putting your body through the stress of going through that event. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And the more that you do this, the more that you strengthen those connections, and the more that you condition your body to that chemistry, which can now lead to lead to your external environment more easily triggering that memory to occur and those emotions to arise. That's the first thing, right? Torturing yourself, and you're making it easier for yourself to end up subjecting your body to the same physiology. Now, number two, when you're constantly revisiting the past and going through what's happened, and recreating the past, you take away from your present moment. And all that we have is our present moment. We don't have the past and we don't have the future. We only have now. And as I've said before, quantum physics, everything is energy, everything is potentials. So every potential out there, all of the infinite potentials exist in the present moment. They all exist simultaneously and in superposition to each other. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when we're revisiting the past and recreating that experience in our head, we're taking away from our present moment, which is all that we have. We're taking away from our conscious ability to create. We're taking away from our conscious from our conscious ability to actually live. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Thirdly, it leads to recreating the future. I've said before, what we feel and what we think and what we feel creates our reality. So if we're constantly thinking and feeling the same things that we did in the past, then we're constantly gonna create the same future, just maybe with a different mask. You get me? And fourth one being, and this is related to the third, we begin to compare our past to the future. So we begin to predict our future based on our past, which again recreates the past in our future. So we're living our life like, oh, this happened to me before, so I need to prepare for this. And in preparing for that, you're creating that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And this is real fundamental to us actually being able to live and experience our life complete in a complete way. Because when we do these things, we limit our experiences to that of the past, which just completely disregard the infinite potentials of the future. It's like putting shades on that I've got here just past. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So we're just constantly rewatching and revisiting the past instead of being able to actively create our future. So instead of living in conscious creation, we are living in subconscious past. You get me, people? So yes, TLC, TIKO's life coaching. If anything that I've said to you, you relate to and you find yourself stuck in these patterns, listen, you know I've got the programs, baby. You get me? So yes, people, stay grateful and turn every negative to positive. You know what time it is?